If you don't think you can outperform Google and Meta and Microsoft and NVIDIA, and you have some money, you either take the cash and buy Bitcoin, you issue equity and buy Bitcoin, or you issue debt, either senior debt, or you, even better, you issue convertible debt, convertible to your equity, and you buy Bitcoin, because that allows you to recapitalize with an appreciating asset, as opposed to decapitalize and have nothing, or to hold capital in a depreciating asset that is kind of burning, has got a negative real yield and burning shareholder value.
Wait a minute, everyone. Welcome to Bitcoinzilla, your platform for daily cryptocurrency analysis and news. Our mission is to keep it simple. Bitcoinzilla offers engaging information that is easy to understand. Our analysts keep their eyes on the latest news to provide valuable insights via email. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Join our community of 10,000 subscribers and experience the new edge with Bitcoinzilla. Subscribe now. In today's video, Michael Saylor, co-founder and executive chairman of MicroStrategy, to discuss understanding Bitcoin, gold, the meaning of money. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the video.
We'll keep adding, right? I mean, we'll keep adding Bitcoin. It's like asking, if you were asking, a real estate developer in the middle of New York City, oh, you own like 8 blocks of New York City.
When do you stop? Right.
When do you stop? They said, well, we're going to buy the 9th block here when we can put together the financing, and then the 10th. And if you said, well, when are you going to divest from New York City? The answer is, if you talk to New Yorkers, there's nowhere better than New York City. So they're going to keep building. And when they can't build out, they're going to build up, right? And, it's like, well, I wanted to buy another 18 blocks, but I can't. So I rezoned the blocks I own, and I'm going to replace a 20-story building with a 100-story building. And there's Hudson Yards for you, or whatever it might be. MicroStrategy is going to keep developing its Bitcoin position. And it's going to get exponentially harder, right? This last week, you saw Block announce that they're going to start buying Bitcoin every month. You've seen a accretion of Bitcoin by a lot of Bitcoin miners. A lot of them are actually not selling as much Bitcoin as they're mining now. I think you're going to see more Bitcoin miners buying more. I think you're going to see more Bitcoin exchanges buying more. I think you see the existing ETFs accumulating, but now we're up to 22 spot ETFs in the world, and they're all in a marketing war with each other, and so they're going to go harder.
Bitcoin starts a new week, carefully preserving $60,000 support as sentiment walks the line between bullish and bearish. BTC price action is sticking tightly to a narrow trading range. What could cause a dramatic change of pace? This week is as good a time as any for crypto market volatility. United States macro data will combine with commentary from Jerome Powell, chair of the Federal Reserve, in what could prove to be an explosive mix for risk assets. There is much at stake for Bitcoin bulls. Even in this established range, the market has already teased a deeper correction, and traders are already marking levels that could come next. These focus mainly on bid liquidity below $50,000, an attractive zone for a longer-term market bottom. On shorter time frames, however, BTC/USD seems more interested in clearing liquidity to the upside as the week begins. Popular trader Don Crypto Trades noted the so-called bull market support band, still buoying price. Bounced exactly from the bull market support band last week. So far during this and previous bull cycles, it has offered good support. Let's see how we do from here. The support band is formed of 2 exponential moving averages, or EMAs. The latest data from monitoring resource CoinGlass, meanwhile, shows that overnight into May 13, a new $65 million block of bids was placed at around $60,250. A cloud of ask liquidity, which was waiting in the wings above $62,000, meanwhile, is now getting cleared in what could be the next spot price battleground. The day prior, fellow trader Skew said that he suspected passive spot buying being responsible for support nearer to $60,000, not seeing a test. Overall good spot bid depth $60,000, $58,000, part of X comments added.
So I think, and at some point you're going to see other, these Russell 1000 companies, right? Which one of them wants to crawl out of their zombie state? It's like, You're just waiting for someone to decide they want the money. So I think that when they do that, they drive up the price of Bitcoin, and I have to chase it. My first Bitcoins were below 10,000, and and I'm buying Bitcoin in the 60s now, and that's okay. I don't know where we'll get to. I know we'll get more. We'll accrete from here. We will acquire more Bitcoin than we have right now, and we'll do it via organic cash and via debt, especially convertible debt, and we'll do it via equity, and that'll be a function of capital markets and all sorts of other dynamics. But I think Archimedes said, "You give me a lever long enough and a place to stand, I can move the world." Well, the place to stand is Bitcoin, right? I mean, it's not a commodity; it's a scarcity. So if it's a scarcity, it's like if I said to you, "There's one city. It's at the trade crossroads of the world. It's the center of the digital economy. One day, everybody on the planet's going to be moving their capital through that city, but there's only 276 by 276 by 276 blocks in that city. And by the way, it's like 94% occupied, but you can buy another one of those blocks if you want. Do you want to buy some more?" And the answer is, yeah, I want to keep buying, because just like if I could have bought New York or Manhattan 100 years ago, or 50, or 200, or 30, or 300, tell me, at what year, how many years ago was it a bad idea, right? I think it's always been a good idea. If you can hold, right? As long as you can hold the property. And why is Manhattan a good idea? Because it's a granite island at the middle of Long Island Sound and the Hudson, and it's got great natural harbors. It's the gateway to North America. It was always the best place to put a port, right? And if you look at it and you cruise around it and you stare at it and you look at the fact you can build that on top of that schist, it's obvious people are going to want to live in and do business in that city for hundreds of years.
All eyes are on macroeconomic developments in the U.S. this week as data prints come thick and fast. CPI forms the highlight when it comes to the inflation debate and risk asset hopes for interest rate cuts. Prior to that, however, May 14 will see the Producer Price Index, PPI, print for April, along with a public speaking appearance from Fed Chair Powell. Powell will discuss the economy during a moderated discussion with Klaas Knot, president of the Netherlands Central Bank, de Nederlands Bank, at the annual general meeting of the Foreign Bankers Association in Amsterdam. Markets have shown themselves to be highly sensitive to Powell's tone when it comes to hints as to future policy moves. The latest data from CME Group's FedWatch tool underscores sentiment. Traders see barely any chance of a rate cut at the Fed's next meeting in June, with the likelihood only increasing substantially in September. If CPI inflation rises again this week, it will mark the third straight monthly increase. Trading resource The Kobayashi Letter commented alongside its weekly macro diary dates post on X, describing the upcoming few days as very busy. While prices act within an established corridor, volatility is already apparent elsewhere in crypto. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index, the classic market sentiment gauge, is flip-flopping between various states this month. The lagging indicator uses a basket of factors to determine impulsive tendencies among crypto traders, with extreme readings suggestive that the market could see a knee-jerk reversal. Fear and Greed is at 57 100ths as of May 13, a fairly neutral reading and a strong contrast to the 71 100ths seen on May 6, inches from the extreme greed zone. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.